Oh, okay. Something about that. And
All right. Start the poll. All right. Konnichiwa, everyone. Welcome to another live stream, and I am so sorry that the lighting is not that great. Like there's supposed to be 2 light bulbs, but one of them has blown out. So I'm just gonna make use of the one light bulb. But I definitely want to open up some World Championship decks. So for this Pokemon TCG Club meeting, yeah, we're just going to be opening the 2023 World Championship decks. I do have all 4 of them. We have Lugia from Gabriel Fernandez. We have Mew VMAX from Vance Kelly. Lost Box Kyogre from Shao Yen. And probably my favorite one out of the 4, which is Psychic Elegance from Tord Relefke. I apologize if I mispronounce the name. I really do. Like, I really am sorry about that. I'm terrible with names. But here's the Gardevoir one. So I do have a poll. So of which one you guys want me to open first. So let me check the poll. Yeah, no votes yet. But yeah, like if I don't get any votes, I'll probably just pick one. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, so here's the back of them. They look like this, and then it also has like the checklist and all that stuff. And then I do get questions about these. These are not tournament legal, which means you can't use these in tournaments. Like they are fun. They're fun to collect. They're fun to play, which is one of the reasons why I get them. And yeah, you could take them to your locals and have fun with your friends. And maybe if you're sick and tired of the current format, you can go back into the old days. So yeah. Yeah, so like I don't want to make this stream terribly long, so I'll just pick one. I'm probably just going to pick the Gardevoir one first. So I'll turn it around. So I will start off with Gardevoir, Psychic Elegance from Torrid Rekolev, which I'm so sorry. Like if I mispronounce your name, I am, like I said before at the beginning of the stream, I am terrible with names. So here's the back of it. So yeah, let's get opening. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. And I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I'm very excited for the new year. So each World Championship deck looks like this. And like it comes with a book, which is super cool because it has pictures of the event, which is super cool. Which these particular decks, these decks were played in Yokohama, Japan, which is super cool. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so here's the junior division, and lots of pictures. And then I think there's like some his deck list as well from the players, which is cool. So yeah, really cool. Like I do like reading these things. They're awesome. And then I think this is like a playmat. I think. So that's really, really cool. So the newer World Championship decks come with like a playmat, which is super cool. So you put your prize cards here, your bench goes here, your active Pokemon, your discard pile, and your deck. And then on the back, it has a really, really cool poster of Yokohama, which is really, really cool. So like I really do like these. And then here's the deck. And then here is the pin, which is super cool. Like I really do like the pins. And then here's the code card, where you don't get the decks, but you do get like the sleeves, the deck box, maybe a coin or something like that. And then here are the two Gardevoirs. Really, really good card from Paldea Vault. Yeah, so here are the deck boxes, and they look really, really cool. Oh, and one more thing. You do get a giant coin, which is awesome. So we're gonna sort the cards out here, because these World Championship decks do not really sort cards very well. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Pokemon. Sorry, guys. So this deck runs one copy of Cresselia for the Moonglow Revenge, and then Luminion V, which is basically like Tapu Lele. Then we have Radiant Greninja for the concealed cards. Really, really good card. Zacian, Manaphy to protect your bench. Mew for the Mysterious Tail. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Reveal any item card you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. 2 copies of Gardevoir for the Psychic Embrace, where basically you get to take psychic energy from your discard pile and attach it to your Pokemon any way that you like. Really, really good card. And then 2 copies of the Baby Gardevoir from, I think, Chilling Reign. So really, really amazing card. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Put the other cards to your hand. So really, really good. So 1 Curlia, and then 2 of the better Curlia for the refinement. Yeah, so you may discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So really, really awesome card. And then your Raltses to evolve into your Gardevoirs. So that is the Pokemon. So next, we're going to be going to the supporter cards. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the stadium cards. One card is in to put your basics, your collapsed stadium to shrink your bench size. So only 2 stadiums. 2 copies of Professor's Research, really staple card. To discard your hand, draw 7, really good. 2 Boss's Order, where basically you get to take one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and bring it up as the active, but you get to choose. That's why this card is so good. And then 3 copies of Iona, which is basically like N back in black and white. Yeah. So both players get to shuffle their hands back into their deck and draw equal to the remaining amount of prize cards, which is really good, especially if your opponent has a low prize count. You could shrink their big hand down to a small hand. So, staple card. Then next, the trainers. So, Forest Seal Stone, 1 Pel Pad to get your supporters back, 1 Lost Vacuum to get rid of your opponent's items or even a stadium card, 2 Super Rod for the recovery, 2 Fog Crystal for a Psychic Pokemon, I believe. Yeah, search your deck for a Psychic Energy card or a basic Psychic Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. 3 copies of Ultra Ball, where you get to discard 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for any Pokemon that you want, and add it to your hand. Really good. You definitely want to discard your Psychic Energy. That way you can get it back with Gardevoir's Psychic Embrace. 3 rare candy, obviously for the Gardevoir. 4 Level Ball to get out your basics. And then 4 copies of probably the most insane card back in Fusion Strike, I believe. Scoot it up a little bit. Battle VIP Pass, where basically, I think it's if you go first. Oh, yeah. You could use this card only if you go first. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench, shuffle your deck. So you could only use this card if you're going first. But really good card. This card was played a lot, like in decks, so. I think that is all of the trainer cards. Now for the energy. So 2 copies of Reversal Energy. For, I think your baby Gardevoir is what you want to use it for. And then, of course, your 10 Psychic Energy to get it back with Gardevoir with the Psychic Embrace. So you definitely need your Psychic Energy to power up your Pokemon. So very important. So yeah, that is the Gardevoir deck. I do love Gardevoir decks. They are a lot of fun to play, even though Gardevoir does not like me. But really fun deck. Like I have played this deck online, and it's pretty fun. So that is that deck. So I'll put it back in the deck box, just so I don't lose all the cards in it. All right. Oh, I think I handed the poll. Oh, darn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, well. So, my pick, I guess. So, the next one I'm going to do is Lost Box, Kyogre. This deck is from shoutout. So I'm not going to go through everything again because it's basically like the same stuff. You have the booklet. Of course, you have the deck. Then you have the playmat, the pin, which I'm not really familiar with this deck, so this is going to be new for me. The code card. Oh, Comfy. I do remember Comfy, though. And then the coin. So interesting. So Comfy and Kyogre with a beautiful red deck box, or it looks more like a Gryffindor from Harry Potter. Sure, we'll go with that, Gryffindor. The color is Gryffindor. All right. All right. Starting off with the Pokemon. So four copies of Comfy. I think there's 4. Yep, there's 4. Really, really good card for the flower selecting, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into the hand, and then the other goes in the lost zone. Very, very good. Like basically, if you have like multiple copies of these on the field, you can use like escape rope, switch, and you can use that ability multiple times, which is just amazing. Manaphy for the bench. Raikou, which is pretty good for the fleeting footing. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may draw a card. And then Lightning Rondo for a lightning and a colorless for 20 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Radiant Greninja, very, very good to discard a energy to draw 2. Cramorant, which is an amazing card, especially with Giratina. For the lost provisions, if you have 4 more cards into the lost zone, which is not hard to do with Comfy and Chorus's Experiment, basically this bird can attack for free, which is really, really good. Dragonite V for Shred for a DCE for 50. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. 2 water and a lightning for Dragon Gale for 250. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so you want to use this for Dragon Gale. 2 copies of Sableye. Such a good card. For the damage counters, I believe. Yeah, for Lost Mine for a Psychic. You can use this attack only if you have 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Put 12 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. Really good card. And then Kyogre from Celebrations. For Aqua Storm, for a water. Yeah, 2 water and a DCE. Aqua Storm. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Then choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage for each energy card you discarded this way to each of those Pokemon. So that's the attack that you want to use. So that is all of the Pokemon. Now going with the supporters. 1 Kaora. Yeah, so choose 1 or both. Choose up to 2 Pokemon in your discard pile into your hand. Put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So really good recovery card. 4 copies of Colress's Experiment. 2 look at the top 5 cards of your deck, then put 3 of them into your hand. The other go into the Lost Zone. Really, really good card. That way, you can use Sableye. You can use, Sableye. I forgot. Yeah, you can use Sableye and also the Cramorant as well. Now, going on with the stadiums, 2 Pokestop to search for your items, 2 Forest Seal Stone. I think it gets any card that you want. Yeah, so basically you can get like any card that you want with this card. 1 Pelpad to recover your supporters. 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball to look at your prizes and get a basic Pokemon. Really, really good. Kind of like Hoopsie back in the day. 1 Echoing Horn. Put 1 basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto your bench. I'm not quite sure why you would use that card, but okay. 2 copies of Super Rod for the recovery. 2 Lost Vacuum to get rid of your stadiums and items. 2 Energy Recycler to shuffle 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Really, really good. That way you don't deck out. 3 Nest Ball for your basics to put onto your bench. 4 Switch Card for your basic Pokemon. And you also get to heal, which is cool. 4 Mirage Gate. Really, really good card too. You can only use this card if you have 7 more cards in the Lost Zone. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your Pokemon any way that you like, then shuffle your deck. So really, really good card. Wow, I'm surprised that card is not a supporter. 4 copies of Escape Rope. 4 copies of VIP Pass. Really strong. And then 3 Psychic. 3 Lightning for your Dragonite and your Dragonite and Raikou. The Psychic is for your Sableye. And then the water for your Kyogre. So yeah, that is the Lost Box deck. Seems really powerful. Like I know the Lost Zone is a very, very strong mechanic. Because I played the Giratina deck, so that's why I'm familiar with like the Lost Zone mechanic, because I didn't play Lost Box, but I did play Giratina, which does use the Lost Zone. So here's the back of the cards. Really cool. Because that's why they're not tournament legal, because of the backs. All right. Oh, hi. Are these the decks or the finalists? I think those are the top players from each division. So yeah, they are the finalists. So next I will do Mew VMAX from Vance Kelly, which I know this deck was very popular when Fusion Strike came out. The deck, the playmat, the code card, and of course the MVP of the deck, which is Mew. The pin, and the coin with a pretty blue deck box. So beautiful. All right, so here's 2 Mew, and then there's 3 Mew. So 3 Mews total. Really, really strong card from Fusion Strike. For Max Miracle for 130 for 2 Psychic. This attacks damage isn't affected by effects of your opponent's active Pokemon. So it does the straight 130, and then a DCE for Cross Fusion Strike. Choose one of your benched Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So typical Mew stuff. And then of course you can't have Mew VMAX without Mew V. So 4 copies of those, 3 copies of the VMAX. And then, of course, 4 copies of Genesect V. Really, really amazing card. For the Fusion Strike system, once during your turn, you may draw until you have as many cards in your hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So if you have, like, technically 6 Pokemon on the bench, you can draw, like, 6 cards, which is insane. And then you have 1 Oricorio. All of your Fusion Strike Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Really good. And then Melodious Echo for 70 times. Psychic and a colorless. This attack does 70 damage for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So that is all of the Pokemon. Like, I do remember facing against this deck, and this deck is very, very strong. I haven't played the deck myself, but I have played against it many times. So, very, very good deck. Now, on to I guess we'll go with the stadium cards. Path to the Peak, which basically shuts down, Pokemon with Rule Box in play, both yours and your opponents have no abilities. Yeah, I do not like that card at all. Because Path to the Peak was nasty. 1 Crystal Cave. Once during each player's turn, that player may heal 30 damage from each of their Metal Pokemon and Dragon Pokemon. So I guess you can use this to heal your Genesect 2 Lost City. Whenever a Pokemon, either yours or your opponent's, is knocked out, put that Pokemon into the Lost Zone instead of the discard pile. Very strong card. And that is all of the stadiums. Now going on with the supporters. So Judge, where both players get to shuffle their hands back into their deck, draw 4. Iono, that's staple. What is it? Elsa's Sparkle, I think. Choose 2 of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a Fusion Strike energy and attach it to that Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. 2 bosses, that's staple. Oh, since I have the energy here, I might as well just go through the energy. 3 copies of double turbo energy, which basically acts like DCE, except your opponent's attack. Well, yeah, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 less damage, but still very, very strong card. 4 copies of Fusion Strike energy, which you need that because this is a Fusion Strike deck, so you need Fusion Strike energy. Next, the items, which in this particular deck, like in recent Pokemon, they separate the trainers from Pokemon tools. So 2 Choice Belt, really good. 3 copies of Forest Seal Stone, 1 Pel Pad, 1 Escape Rope, 2 Switch Carts, 2 Nest Ball, 2 Lost Vacuum, 3 Ultra Ball. No, sorry. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Power Tablet, 4 Cramomatic. So, yeah, like I remember this card being really, really expensive, and I don't know why, because it's a coin flip. And then 4 VIP Pass, and then 1 Box of Disaster. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has full HP and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So kind of like Rock Guard, but not as an ace bet. So yeah, that is the deck. Like, you can't go wrong with Mew. And then, of course, Mew copies attacks from other Pokemon, you know, like typical Mew stuff. All right. How's your day going? My day today is doing good. How was your day? So the last World Championship deck I'm going to be doing is the Lugia deck from Gabriel Fernandez. right. Lugia, so a deck that I am very familiar with. It's actually one of my favorite decks to play, actually. With a beautiful green box or Slytherin. So that's actually quite funny that all the decks colors are like Harry Potter classes. Like you got green for Slytherin, and then you have the red for Gryffindor, and then you have the yellow for Hufflepuff, which is my class. I'm Team Hufflepuff, and then blue, I guess you could say, is Ravenclaw, because I think Ravenclaw is either blue or purple, I think. But yeah, so that's really, really cool. I just found that out. So going on with the deck here. So this deck runs 3 Lugia V-Star for the Tempest die for 220 damage, and you get to get rid of a stadium, and then the Summoning Star for the ability where you get to, I guess, resurrect a colorless Pokemon, which you want to resurrect your Archeops. So, yeah. 4 copies of regular Lugia V so that you can evolve into your V-Star. And then 4 copies of, no, 4, right? Yep. 4 copies of Archeops. You could use the Primal Turbo to like attach special energy from the discard pile. 1 Pumpkaboo for the Pumpkin Fit. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard a stadium card in play. Really good to start with. Weird Year for the Size Shield Bash. Really strong card in case if you can't get your Lugias up. Radiant Tyrannia for the heal. Slacking. If you have even prize cards, well, basically, if you have odd prize cards, then you can attack. If you have even prize cards, you can't attack. Drapion is really good for Fusion Strike. Counter. Snorlax is pretty good. Like, it's a pretty good tech. And then your Luminions, just like Tapu Lele, to get a supporter card, I think, from your deck. So that is all of the Pokemon here. Now on to, so since the energy is at the top, might as well go through the energy. 2 V-Guard energy, 2 therapeutic energy, 2 gift energy for the drawing of the cards, really good. 4 jet energy for your switch card, really amazing. And then your double turbo, which is really good. Not as good as DCE, but still good. And then the Pokemon tools, your choice belt, I think to power up your V Pokemon. Yeah, 30 more damage. So it powers up your V Pokemon. 2 Nest Ball for Ultra Ball. 4 Capturing Aroma to search for your basic Pokemon or your evolution Pokemon, depending on the coin flip. 2 Path to the Peak for your stadiums. To shut decks down. So awesome card. 2 Collapse Stadium to shrink your bench. 1 Professor Burnett for your Archeops, because you want to discard your Archeops. That way you can resurrect them with Lugia's V-Star ability. 3 copies of Professor's Research, that's staple. 3 Iono, that's staple, and then 3 Bosses Order, which is also staple. All right, everybody, that is all of the World Championship decks. Here's all of them here, if you guys want to see all of them. Yeah, so which one is your favorite? I would love to know. Be safe. Oh, thank you very much. Like, I will be safe. So, yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this live stream down below. So, yeah, I really do enjoy these World Championship decks. I look forward to them every single year. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. So yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. Matane. Hoyas mina sa mina.